must say I am really enjoying this downtime that I have been forced to have. Time to just stay at home and relax and just get away from all of it, which isn't really that big of a deal for me and probably a lot of pipe smokers because we all seem to be very unique and sort of introvert extrovert type of people where we are somewhat extroverted but we still love to be in our own little world. So I don't think this isolation type stuff is as big a deal to us, to many of us, as it is to other people. For me, for sure. But anyway, it is a beautiful sunny day, still a little bit chilly. And funny thing, Christina Hello Kitty Piper kind of commented that she noticed in the last couple months or a little while. She said, "Have you noticed that the skies when they're sunny are super blue? That there hasn't been vapor trails like there has been, you know, for a long time. People used to be I'd sit outside and there'd just be a blue sky for a little bit, and next thing you know, it's all filled with vapor trails and it gets cloudy. So, anyway, take that for whatever you want. But I found that kind of interesting." So anyway, I'm sitting outside having a smoke and thought I would do a review. And this time I'm doing a review on Cornell and Deal's 20th anniversary Dark Flake. Celebrating the 20th anniversary of smoking pipes. And it is a mix of Virginias, stoved and bright, and red Virginias, along with some 18-year-old Perique. And Perique is just a fermented tobacco already. So I was, and I'm sure many of other pipe smokers were curious too as to what exactly does 18-year-old Perique taste like. So that was one of the probably selling features for this tobacco, this certain blend. And so what kind of smell do you get out of it? Well, right now I'm getting a very pungent, bright, kind of a leafy, fermented type of leaves, and just like a fresh kind of fall day walking in the woods. Yeah, so anyway, it is a broken flake, but mine's actually a broken flake because I've been taking this tin around with me to work and stuff, so it's been getting banged around and knocked apart. So I filled my pipe up, and let's give it a whirl, see what we're smoking. See what we're tasting while we smoke, I should say. So it takes a little while to get going. But when it does, first thing I can say is this is strong. Whoa. I think it's even stronger, like just in like that, the retrohale just in the back of your throat, even stronger than Exclusive by Cornell and Deal, which is a 50% Perique Virginia blend. Now, it might be a little stronger due to the fact that I dry mine out almost crispy. That always tends to give the Virginia Perique a little bit more spice and harshness. But I usually like that. But this one, whew, it's a sipper, that's for sure. So I've smoked it a couple different times. The first time I smoked it, I actually wasn't that impressed. I was actually going to give it kind of a mediocre review where I think it was kind of a little bit overhyped for what it is. But then my next smoke was an excellent smoke. I was getting all these nuances. I was getting a little bit of everything. I was getting a little bit of that tanginess. I was getting some breadiness, some sourdough, a little bit of that bright Virginia and hay, a little bit of plum. Today, it's kind of a mix. I'm kind of getting just mostly a tangy, dark fruit, that aged kind of plummy pepper from the Perique. But I would definitely say this is, for Virginia Perique, this is probably one of the strongest ones, if not the strongest Virginia Perique I've ever had. To the point where it's definitely not an all-day smoke. This would be, normally I like really strong smokes, but I think maybe I'm just getting spoiled because I've really been getting into the over-the-counter type of burleys and ready rubs. So going back to a Virginia Perique is like this is just kind of a shock. But when sipped, you definitely get lots of different flavors. It almost reminds me of a cross between two of my favorite tobaccos, and one is Poplar Camp. It's got a little bit of that spicy, full-bodied, peppery brightness, and then on the other side, it reminds me of oh, what is it? Maybe a little bit of opening night. You get a little bit of that, and then also the small batch red Virginia with the tanginess. You're getting kind of all that put together. It's almost overload. But overall, I would say I enjoy it. It's not an all-day smoke. This would be just on those special occasions when I really want something a little bit stronger than usual, or I'm not tasting like I usually taste, and I'm in the mood for a Virginia Perique. But I think if you love Perique and you love spiciness and you love a good complex flavor, I would definitely check this out. This would be for you. If you just like a little bit of Perique and more of a aged overall taste, I definitely think the Virginias in here are a little bit harsh and strong. It's not like an Escudo where it's sweet and aged, but at the same time, I don't know how well this will age either, because the Perique's definitely not going to mellow out, so I doubt you're going to lose any of that pepperness, but maybe the Virginias will sweeten up a little bit. But other than that, pretty good. I'm definitely glad I picked up a few tins, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will see you on my next one. Till then, Aromatics, signing out.